All right, 6 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I felt like I had an attachment to the World Trade Center towers, and I guess it's because I grew up in New York and moved away. And then when I went back with later on in life, before my son was born, I used to go up to the observation deck. And I know a lot of New Yorkers weren't really fond of the buildings, but I used to love the view. I could see police headquarters from up there. And that was important to me because that's where my dad used to work when I was a kid, right? And then when my son was born, I'd go up there with him. Same reason. I'd say, "Hey, that's where Grandpa used to work." I'd point down to to Center Street and show him the old building. And then after the attacks on September 11th, 2001, many years later, when they had the memorial the way it is now, the pools. What do you call them?
Yes, the reflecting pools.
Thank you. I went there, and I was a little bit taken aback because everybody that was there, I mean, I understand that they're as tourists, but it felt like Disney World. It felt like they were taking pictures, they were taking selfies, and I thought, wait a minute, this is like a solemn place. We shouldn't be doing that kind of a thing. I don't know. And then when you see all of them gather on September 11th, I have some firefighter friends who are always there. And I always am worried that somebody's not going to try to harm those folks who are gathered for that. Mm-hmm. Our next guest has written a book that deals with that very potential threat. Let's God forbid that ever happens. Tommy Anderson is a retired veteran. He served 23 years in the Army National Guard, and the Air National Guard. He served as a police deputy and a dispatcher. He served as a firefighter and a medic. He's a member of the U.S. Press Association. This guy's got some amazing credentials. He's written a book, and I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm going to try my best. Haboob Wind. Let's find out what that's about. Tommy Anderson, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Larry. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, you're welcome. Where are you?
I live just outside of Los Angeles, California, in a little cowboy town called Norco, Norristown, USA.
Oh, is that right? Is it really a cowboy town?
Yes, it is. We don't have sidewalks. We have horse trails.
Oh, wow. Do you have a shooting range there? My brother lives there in California. He goes to a shooting range near there.
Yes, we do. We've got a couple of them.
Oh, wow. He might have been there. So how do you pronounce it? Haboob?
Haboob.
Haboob. And what does that mean? Is that a made-up word?
Yeah, it's an actual word. It means a violent Arabic dust storm, but it's more recently been referred to the dust storms around the Phoenix area. It can get quite severe, so they've named them Haboob also.
Tell me about the story, and am I on target with the theme?
Yes, you are. Looking at current military situation, terror, North Korea, Iran, I kind of rolled them all into one story, and I wanted to bring a point across, but I also wanted to do a thriller. And what I had done is I picked the 20th anniversary of 9/11 for another 9/11 type attack on America, but on a larger scale, which involved all three of those components and sleepers within the United States.
Well, God forbid. Let's hope the book is more of a warning so that we're very alert. Robin and I went to the Thanksgiving parade in New York last Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. The amount of security was unbelievable. It was just unprecedented.
It is everywhere these days, and I'm afraid it's just a sign of our times, and it's something we have to acknowledge.
Yeah.
I am originally from Wisconsin, and I was surprised that your setting was at Stevens Point.
Well, I was born and raised in Wisconsin, and that's where I served my career as a firefighter, paramedic in Madison, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. How did you end up in Southern California?
After I retired, I was doing professional photography, and I was writing some magazine articles, and I was sick and tired of the snow. You being from New York and in Robin, Wisconsin. You understand?
Yeah.
Well, we're in Florida now too.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought, if I'm going to do this, I got to go someplace where I can eventually be noticed. And I figured it was New York, Chicago, or L.A. L.A. doesn't have snow.
You come up within, since it's 20 years after the attacks, you came up with an electronic pulse weapon, and that sure does not seem so far-fetched.
It's not really, and I know it's been used in some other scenarios, but I actually talked to a number of people, and one gentleman who was in the Air Force that worked on these type of systems, and we kind of bounced some ideas around, and I thought, wow, they were testing on a limited basis, but what about on a massive basis? What would happen? And the thoughts of that were chilling.
Didn't Tesla experiment with that?
I believe they did.
Yeah.
And,
so, oh wow, that would be. I seem to remember one of the conspiracy theories after September 11th suggesting that that's what happened too. I don't know. I mean, I'm not buying into it necessarily. I'm just when you do a talk show, you get everybody under the sun coming on with a book or two, and that's one of the books. I seem to remember that was one of the books. Yeah.
The book itself seems to be very, very real. I mean, with all of your experiences that you have had, it really hits home.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to use the knowledge and the experience of my career, both in the military and public safety, and apply it to the book.
Yeah, I think that's what you bring to this story, is the fact that you do have all that experience. So it's not just somebody like myself just coming up with a story. I mean, you've got some real background to kind of support the things that you're saying. Yeah,
and it's frightening. Let me tell you, after the book was written and it was with the copy editor with the printer and that, and I'm watching the news and I'm seeing some things happen in the world, and I'm going, oh my God, that was chapter so-and-so in my book.
Oh, wow.
You get this really eerie feeling that, like, boy, I hope I don't see the future.
I love the fact that it was optioned for film and you're doing the screenplay. That must have been very different for you than actually writing the novel.
Oh, it is. I'm working with a very experienced screenwriter who has done 9 major motion pictures and about 30 other ones. And I've learned a lot. It's totally different than writing a book. And it's been an interesting experience.
And you have a spot in your heart, as always, for our veterans. This is a huge veteran community that we live in.
Yes, it is. We have a lot of vets around here. I'm a member of the board of directors of Us for Warriors Foundation out of San Diego, where we assist veterans and active duty. And I'm also on the board of directors of the Veterans Publishing, which helps inspiring veteran authors get their works out there in the world.
You know, we had an interview some years ago, and the Pentagon was actually recruiting authors who can write the way you do to perhaps give them some scenarios that they hadn't thought of, because they were looking for people with creative minds, but also an understanding of the world in general. Did you ever get a note that said, hey, can you come help us out? Were you ever invited to do that?
No, but actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. It was maybe 2 months ago, I did get an invite to attend a national security conference meeting at the Pentagon, which kind of blew me away, but I had like less than 24 hours notice, and there's no way I could make the logistics work.
Right. That would have been. It might be along the same lines. That might be why they were inviting you.
It very well could be.
Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction is the quote from Ronald Reagan on the back of the book. I always hope that books like this are a wake-up call so that we don't become what's the word?
Complacent.
Complacent. Thank you. I have a copy of Haboob Wind, and now I have a new word in my vocabulary. I don't know when I'll use it. Call me if you're listening and you would like the copy that Tommy Anderson sent us. You can have the one that I have. The rest of us have to go buy it. I did find it on Amazon. And let me go real quickly to see how you're doing. You got 5-star ratings. Good job.
Excellent.
And it's available as a Kindle also, right?
Right. It's now in BarnesandNoble.com. It's through Goodreads, and I forget the name of the company that provides books to the military exchange system.
Okay. And
also,
do you have a website for yourself or for the book?
Yeah, you can just put in haboobwin.com.
Let me spell Haboob. It's Haboob. It's just like it sounds,
yes.
but I've never seen the word before. Let me give the book away real quick. Good morning. You've got the book. Who's this?
Vernon.
Vernon, you know where we are, right?
Yes, I sure do.
You got it, Vernon. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I think he's going to like that one. Wow. Thank you for being on the air with us today. That was an eye-opener, and you're a very talented writer. And thank you for your service in so many ways, Tommy Anderson.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate this.
All right, we will take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
With a graduate degree in management and leadership from Webster University, there'll never be a better time for you to explore what's next in your career. Classes are scheduled so you can continue your normal workday routine, and the accelerated program means a new term starts about every 10 weeks. If you're looking to gain a broad general management and leadership perspective, then Webster University's Management and Leadership degree program is the right one for you. It's all a part of what's next at Webster University.
Go to webster.edu/manage, accredited by ACBSP.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front-end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
Listen up, Ocala, because I'm here to tell you of the money-saving event you've been waiting for at Buy Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. It's a BOGO, a buy one, get one on crepe myrtles. Yes, this